Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to moderator give me time for presentation about my article. Ladies and gentlemen, in this class my article is a meta-analysis of the implementation of artificial neural network big propagation method in time series data forecasting case studies in Indonesia. My name is Syaharuddin and my team Fatmawati and Herry Suprajitno. We from Mathematics Department, Universitas Airlangga, Surabaya. We have some reason why we do this research. The first, artificial neural network, or we call it ANN, has been widely used in the field of time series data forecasting, especially in Indonesia. And the ANN that is quite popularly used is big propagation. We call it ANNBP. And then ANNBP is a supervised learning algorithm with good computational capabilities and produces a high level of accuracy. And then in Indonesia, the ANNBP method is widely used for data prediction or forecasting in the field of hydroclimatology, economic example, stock prices, rice prices, human development index, export-import, inflation, number of poor people, and then in the field of health, example health disease, and tourism, example number of tourists, and education, example number of students. It result recommend different network architecture with different level of accuracy, namely between 66% until 99%. So it takes a follow-up analysis of what is the accuracy level of the recommended architecture. How is the level of accuracy based on the development of the research years, and how is the level of accuracy based on the amount of input data. The result of this study are expected to give birth to new recommendation on the construction of the ANNBP network architecture in the prediction of the future time series data. This research is a systematic review of the meta-analysis step. Data is collected from articles that have been published in indexer database such as Google Scholar, Duaji, Senderek, and Scopus. The eligibility criteria determined are the first, we use keyword prediction, forecasting, and big propagation time series data. This keyword we set in the indexer database. And then the second, this article published in year of 2012 until 2021. And the third, there is a value of the amount of data, and then accuracy rate value, or correlation coefficient. And the last case study of data this forecasting in the Indonesia, and then data analysis using JSP software. This is a step we do this research. First, we browse article on Scopus, Direct 2AJ, and Google School, and then we take all of article in the folder, and then we sorting data according to inclusion and exclusion criteria. This is a criteria: the first, second, third, and fourth. And then we tabulation of data, years based on years of publication, the author, predicted data, R value, coefficient, correlation coefficient value or accuracy. And then we determine value of the effect size and summary effect. Then we do tabulation data is based on moderator variable, namely years of publication and amount of input data. And the last data simulation with using JSP software, interpretation and conclusion. We determine value of effect size and summary effect. This is a formula: ES effect size, SE summary effect, R coefficient correlation, and this end amount of input data. From the browsing all article from indexer database, we have a qualified article as many 36 article, and this is a tabulation from this article. This is author and years publication, and this is data forecasting. This is an amount of input data, effect size, and summary effect. So, and then from this table we simulation using JSP software, and this is interpretation output JSP. The first fixed and random effect. If you see this table, we have calculation. Data is heterogeneous. This heterogeneous, so that it uses the random effect model, not fixed model. And the second, from the table coefficient, we have estimate 0.901, so we have calculation and estimate value of 0.901, that is the INBP architecture in Indonesia has a very high level of accuracy. And last, from the rank correlation test, we have value p-value 0.019. So this is meaning there is no propagation bias, that is the amount of data used in the study already meet good standard. And this is a forest plot. From this forest plot, you can see from the fixed or a random effect, we use RE model, random effect model, and we get average accuracy level, accuracy rate from the study 90%. And then we have variable moderator. From this variable moderator, we have two variable, years of obligation and amount of input data. This is cluster, and this is amount of data. So from the table moderator variable is so obtained that the development of NBP algorithm architecture provides a high accuracy rate of 81% to 90%, and finally by 94%. Furthermore, when put from the number of data input, from that amount of data input, the more information is obtained, that the more data input, the more accurate. This is because the architecture will have the maximum ability to recognize the data pattern studied. And this is a conclusion. The handbag propagation method has contributed a lot in time series data prediction activities in Indonesia, with an average accuracy rate of 90%, with min-max at interval of 86% until 94%. Based on the test of moderator variable, the years of study was obtained the information that the longer the development of backpropagation gave it to the algorithm architecture is more accurate, namely from 81% to 90%, and lastly 94%. In addition, when viewed from the amount of input data, the more data input, the higher the level of accuracy produced, reaching 92%. Therefore, its research should be more careful in determining the amount of data input used, because the more input data, the easier NBP knows the data pattern, so that the predicted data generated is really close to the actual data. Maybe that's all the time I give to moderator. Thank you so much. If you any question, you can say it to me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.